On April 10th of this year, I started a 30-day journaling challenge. Um, I had been watching like a number of personal development videos, and a good majority of them all talked about journaling. So I've never been much of a journaler myself, so I figured let's give it a shot, right? Most of them talked about journaling being good for mental clarity, helping with anxiety, developing positive habits, um, creating to-do lists, and being more clear on your direction throughout your day, as well as just having a daily reflection, right? If you don't know who I am, my name is Andrea, the word engineer, a former engineer turned freelance book editor living in Mexico. If you're a freelancer or you work for yourself, or even if you are thinking about writing a book for the very first time, you know that this journey is filled with ups and downs. And so I was hoping journaling would help me on my journey of these ups and downs, especially the down moments. You know, when it's up, it's all good, but when it's down, it can be a little rough. And after watching countless personal development videos, there was one particular YouTuber who talked about journaling the most. And his channel name is Truthless or Struthless. I'm not quite sure how he pronounces it, but I'll link one of his videos in the description. I believe it's titled The Journaling System That Changed My Life, which really spoke to me because I'm in the process of definitely trying to change my life and level up. So I'll link it in the description so you can check it out for yourself. He also wrote a book, kind of like a picture book, where he has different journaling information to help bring mental clarity in your life. And at the end of each chapter, there's a journaling prompt that you can write in and write your thoughts. So I haven't read the book myself, but it sounds very interesting. I did add it to my wish list to check out at a later date. So when I decided to start this 30-day journaling challenge, at the time I didn't have just an empty blank notebook. So I just took one that already had information in it. It had about roughly 30 blank pages left in the notebook. This one here had about 30 pages left in it. So this is what I've been using to journal, which now I only have about two blank pages left. So yeah, I'm definitely in need of another notebook. So I'm going to give you an idea of the different type of prompts that I used in my 30-day challenge. So maybe these prompts can help you if you've never tried them before or if you've never journaled before. So the first thing on day one that I wrote about was what I was grateful for. So I made a list of probably about 5 to 6 different things that I was grateful for. And then the next thing I wrote about was I wanted to focus on setting some goals. So the first thing I did was list out if I continued on the path that I'm currently on as far as the positive aspects. If I continue doing these things within the next 5 years, what position would I be in at that time, right? So I wrote out a list of all of those things. So I also did that for 12 months. So if I continued on the path I'm on, doing the positive aspects and being disciplined with my journey, where will I see myself in 12 months? Or where do I expect myself to be in 12 months, okay? So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I believe I will have accomplished once I reach this 12-month goal. So the first thing is to have consistent traffic to my website, as well as having consistent flow of clientele month after month, okay? And the next thing I wrote about was I want to gain over 1,000 followers on my Instagram, on my threads, as well as my LinkedIn. So at this current moment, and right now I'm not even really posting on either of those social medias. So yeah, that's something we got to get started on ASAP. So right now my Instagram has 63 followers, my threads has 7 followers, and my LinkedIn has 169 followers. So yeah, we got a ways to go to get to 1,000. The other thing I put on my list is to start my YouTube channel. So I only started this channel like 2 weeks ago. So that was one of my goals at the beginning on April 10th. So that's one thing that I have accomplished so far, so that's good. And the next thing is to reach my desired physical physique through, exercising consistently, walking, doing various exercises. So that was day one. Day one, like I said earlier, I just wanted to set my goals. This is not something that I wrote about every single day, but it's something I want to reflect on every 30 days or every quarter, probably likely every quarter, to revisit these goals that I set to see where I'm progressing in the list. So that was day one. So for most of the days that I journaled, I wrote at least one story-worthy thing that happened to me. And I got this idea from watching all the other journaling videos on YouTube. And a lot of them mention like at least writing one story-worthy thing. It can be grand, it can be small. It doesn't have to be, super exciting, but it can just be story-worthy, right? And I believe they got it from a book called Storyworthy. I can't remember the name of the author, but I did add it to my wish list. I haven't read that book either. I also used the journaling prompt of daily reflections. So I listed out what I did that day, work-wise, what did I eat, did I exercise, all those details. And then I reflected on how productive I was or not. And I also reflected on how I felt. So on the days where I was more productive, how did I feel about myself? Was I happier? Did I feel better about myself because I was more productive versus on the days when I was a little less productive? Did I get down on myself? Was I irritable? Everything. So I wrote down, my emotions, how I felt, and just reflected on, myself internally. Another prompt that I used was writing out the things that are holding me back, like my fears, my feelings of imposter syndrome. So I wrote those things out on those days when I had those feelings. And then I also wrote like a little pep talk. So I gave myself some motivation to overcome those fears and overcome the imposter syndrome that I feel as far as like being on YouTube and growing my social media and just putting myself out there in general, you know what I'm saying? And then the last prompt that I used was forming to-do list. So typically on Sunday evenings, so I usually journal at night. I maybe journal in the morning time 3 or 4 times throughout the 30 days. So on Sunday nights, I would make out a list of the things that I needed to accomplish that day. So this included any editing projects that I had, any coaching calls that I had. Right now, I'm working with 2 different coaches. This also included any webinars that I had for continued professional development, as well as responding to my clients, exercising. I found this to help me be more productive each week as opposed to before I started the 30-day journaling challenge. So that's something I will say was a positive aspect, is that I was able to be more productive just by making that to-do list every week at the start of the week. So did I complete the challenge? Did I journal every single day for 30 days? No, I did not. There were 2 days that I missed, and both of the times that I missed my journaling session at night, because I usually journal at night, was because I was watching a boxing match. So the first match was between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I had remembered to journal as I was watching the match, but by the time I finished watching it, I completely forgot. And then the second match was with Canelo and Munguia, I think, something like that. So I live in Mexico, so the fight was, even though the fight was pay-per-view, it was free in Mexico on this one channel. It just had 1,000 ads, but it was free, so I ended up watching the fight. And again, I thought about journaling during the fight. I was like, oh yeah, I need to do that. But by the time the fight was over, I had completely forgot. So I didn't technically complete the challenge because I did miss those 2 days. But so overall, how do I feel about the 30-day journaling challenge? Overall, I think it was super beneficial for me. And like I said earlier, it did help me be more productive work-wise. It did make me be more consistent with my exercising. And it also helped me see and recognize certain patterns about myself and about my behaviors, as far as like days in where I'm more productive versus days in when I'm less productive. So, and just in general, I think it was just good to have just that alone time to focus on yourself and to just gather your thoughts and put them all in one place. Will I continue journaling? Yes, I really loved it actually. Like, it felt super therapeutic in a way that I haven't really experienced before. So I'll definitely continue journaling. I intend to make it a lifelong practice, and I may miss a day or two here or there. I may fall off, but I can always get back into it. That's going to be the end of the video. Make sure you hit that like button and drop a comment if you also journal. Let me know how it has impacted your life. I'm curious to know in what ways it has been beneficial to you. It's certainly been beneficial to me, and help me grow my channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're an aspiring author and you've been wanting to write that book but haven't got started yet, check out my video here where I walk you through the process of how to plot your nonfiction book. All right, I'll check you guys out next time.